Gamers, gals, and my non-binary pals, welcome to one of the worst decks of all time, Invoked Generator. I'm going to give you guys a quick little history lesson about what these cards did historically, a little bit of a card-by-card discussion in the deck profile, and of course, some of that sweet gameplay. But first, this video was brought to you by Toner. I get a lot of questions from aspiring content creators about all sorts of things, but one of the most frequent ones I get asked is what microphone should I use while starting out? And I can honestly say that I wholeheartedly recommend Toner's TC30 model. What's funny about Toner is that long before they ever reached out to me, I was actually using their boom arm because it was a great budget option and there's no way in hell I was going to pay over $100 for one of these, and for over a year it served me extremely well. The TC30 is honestly a pretty solid microphone, especially given its price. Like, it's $30, that's a DoorDash order. I remember when I was a kid I bought a microphone for over $100 and this one blows it out of the water without question. All you need is a USB cord, which they thankfully provide, and you can get this mic set up in less than 10 seconds. It is quite literally plug and play. Additionally, it is able to be mounted onto either a boom arm or stand on its own with the tripod that comes in the box. To even further sweeten the deal, they're nice enough to give you a pop filter, which is just the cherry on top. So, if you're looking for one of the best budget microphones on the block, click the link in the description to pick one up today. Remember, that's the Toner TC30 model. And now, back to normal summoning Alistair.
Fine. My turn.
So Generator is a pretty weird deck. It's one of the most contradictory archetypes and styles of gameplay that you can find. They're a group of cards released in the deck build pack Mystic Fighters, and they're based around Nordic lore and video game thematics. They are ultimately held together by the glue that is their field spell, the Generator Boss Stage. Boss Stage reads, once per turn, if a card is added from the main deck to your opponent's hand, you can special summon one Generator monster from your deck in defense position. If you special summon a Generator monster during your opponent's turn, you can special summon as many Generator tokens as possible in attack position, but destroy them during the end phase, and you can only use the latter effect once per turn. It's kind of crazy that Generator has a field spell that literally summons from the deck when your opponent draws for their turn, but I'll explain why this archetype is a little bit sussy, and that's mainly because the idea was you wanted your opponent to draw cards, and this was exemplified in their only disruptor for a very long period of time, Frody, Generator Boss of Swords, which allowed you to tribute Generator cards and or warriors, but who the fuck is summoning this in a warrior deck, to pop monsters on your opponent's field, but your opponent got to draw cards equal to the amount of monsters destroyed, which is terrible. And for a while, despite having this insanely powerful field spell, the archetype kinda just fell to the wayside, until it got its sweet legacy support in 3 specific cards. One was Ugarda, Generator Boss of Delusion, which is basically a terrible ABC Dragon Buster. Second, we have Lopter, Shadow of the Generator. Think of him as the Lone Fire Blossom for Generator, but he's a quick effect, so that's kind of funny. And third, and arguably the best one, Har, Generator Boss of Storms, who, if your opponent adds a card from their deck to their hand, you can make them send a monster from their hand or field to the graveyard by their choice, so you're basically looping them for 1, and when a card or effect is activated, as a quick effect, you contribute 2 Generator and or Spellcaster monsters, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. Yeah, it's literally an Omni Negate you special from the deck. These 3 cards pushed this deck from dog shit to rogue playability. It's not a great deck, but it's definitely an extremely interesting one. And unfortunately, because we don't have a ton of spots in the main deck to fill out with other hand traps, and because of consistency issues, we're gonna be playing Invoked, baby, ruining normal summons ever since 2017. Yeah, it's been like 5 years. Crazy. And with that, let's get into the card by card. For hand traps, we're playing 3 Maxi because it's Master Duel, 2 Ash Blossom, and 1 Nibiru because hard once per turn, math, blah 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 blah. For generators, we are playing 3 Lopter, Shadow of the Generator, who is our Lone Fire Blossom, Mardell, Generator Boss of Light, who adds a Generator card upon special, Dovelgis, which allows us to tribute Generator monsters in order to special generators from our hand, which is terrible, but we kind of have to play it because we have no way of summoning these guys from the hand, except exactly Dovelgis. Hela, who is Monster Reborn for any generator, Utgarda, who is our ABC Dragon Buster. Har Generator, Boss of Storms, the absolutely best generator. It's literally an Omni-Negate and it loops stuff. We, of course, have 3 Generator Boss Stage, the Field Spell, and 1 Generator Boss Room, who, when your opponent activates a card or effect in response to the activation of your generated cards or effects, you could discard a card, and the effect becomes each player draws 1 card. So if your opponent tries to, say, MST your Generator Boss Stage, you could just flip up Boss Room and be like, yeah, that MST is going to turn into, like, Dark World dealings. And finally, we have 3 Generator Boss Fight, who is basically just a metaverse, and your opponent draws a card, which allows you to trigger the boss stage. This card is terrible, but you kind of have to play it. I would play Metaverse, but I literally don't own it. That shit's a UR. I'm not buying that garbage. On to the invoked stuff. We're playing 3 Alistair the Invoker, the ruiner of formats, 2 Invocation, because we want to see it only sometimes, but not all the time, 2 Magical Meltdown, because it's semi-limited for some godforsaken reason, and of course, for the generic cards, we're running 1 Terraforming, and 3 Pot of Prosperity, just for consistency regions, 2 Called by the Grave, because we hate hand traps, 3 Solemn Judgment, and the goofiest tech in here, 3 World Legacy Awakens. This card is literally just IP Masquerena, but a trap card. And it's really funny because we could use our tokens before they are destroyed by the effect of boss stage during the end of our turn to go into something, let's say like a Nightmare Phoenix, Nightmare Unicorn, maybe a Nightmare Cerberus with like some leftover material. I don't know, it's really funny. Onto the extra deck. 1 Invoke Purgatrio, 1 Invoke Dagoides, 3 Invoke Mechaba, 1 True King of All Calamities. Yeah, these guys are level 9. Also Mechaba's level 9, so that's funny. 1 Secure Gardna, 1 Almirage, 1 Artemis the Magistus Moon Maiden, 1 Edgy Alistair, 1 Nightmare Phoenix, 1 Nightmare Unicorn. I got that completely wrong. This is Cerberus, this is Phoenix, this is Unicorn, 1 IP Masquerena, and of course, 1 Axis Toad Talker. And with that, let's get into the games. So, our match is going to be against Adamancipator, and we are going second, which is terrible for us, but we opened Maxi Nibiru, so I'm feeling a little good about it. They are going to normal summon the Analyzer, and we're just going to immediately shotgun the Maxi, and they are going to chain Crossout Designator because 1, they're better, and 2, they're terrible at the game, and playing Crossout Designator in the main. Anyways, that's going to negate our Maxi. They are going to use the effect of Analyzer and find off the top. That's a Doki Doki, which is arguably the worst card to see for us, because they could just summon a Kokai Maru Guardian for the deck. Or will they? They need a Researcher in hand to special itself. They're going to reveal a Ghost Bell off of the Researcher and a Rock Guitar. Yeah, what are you exactly scared of, bro? Anyways, they're going to Synchro into Raptite. They are going to use the effect of Xeno Guitar Engrave to add back the Researcher that is in the graveyard. They're going to chain a Maxi to our Nibiru. I'm not really sure why, because it's Crossout Designated, you idiots. Anyways, we're going to use the Nibiru. They're going to get a big token, and I'm starting to realize that we kind of can't out this. They're going to add the Researcher back, and they're going to put a card back onto the top of the deck and pass it over to us, which is great news. We've got a hand full of cards, and again, we kind of can't out this token. So we're going to go for a different line of play. We're going to go for the Generator Boss Stage instead. We're going to activate that card, and we're going to set 2 and hope for the best. Fortunately, we're against Adamancipator with no Block Dragon, so the best is like here. We're going to summon the Utgarda from deck, and we're going to get 3 tokens. I am supposed to use Utgarda to banish the Primal Being token, but because I had auto instead of on-chain on, they're going to get their free special of the Researcher and be forced to burn a banish on that. They're going to run over our Nibiru and pass it over to us. Our token dies because it is the end of the turn. And off the top, we draw a Magical Meltdown, which is pretty good, but again, doesn't really solve the issue of the big-ass token we kind of can't out. Our opponent is going to draw a turn. That triggers our boss stage, and I misclick, and instead of clicking Har, I click Hella. We're going to get 3 tokens to the board, which is, of course, again, always amazing. We're going to go to main phase 1. They're going to go straight to battle. We're going to use the effect of Utgarda. We're not going to try to do any funny business, and we're just going to banish a token. They're going to set pass, and at this point, we basically won the game. Another Magical Meltdown at the top isn't amazing because, you know, we already have it, and Invocation, but whatever, fuck it. We're going to normal summon Alistair after searching it off of the Meltdown. We're going to add an Invocation from deck to hand. We're going to switch Hela and Utgarda to attack position, and we're going to make True King of All Calamities. Yeah, anyways, they're both level 9, and we're going to declare Light just in case one of those cards in hand is Nibiru. We're going to banish the Nibiru and the Alistair in order to go into invoked Mechaba, and we're going to use the Invocation Engrave to add our banished Alistair back to hand. Now, we're just going to go straight into the battle phase. We're going to go VFD into the Fossil Dyna Pachycephalo. No idea why bad Emancipator players exist. Anyways, we're going to try to go to main 2, and seeing that they can't add a VFD plus a Mechaba, they're going to scoop it up. So what did we learn today, class? The special summoning from the deck is absolutely disgusting? Yeah. Let's get into the pros and cons. 1, this deck is relatively consistent. Unlike most other engine pile decks, this deck basically just has like 21 card starters that basically just do your whole play for you. You're usually going to see one half of the deck. 2, this deck has very powerful cards in a vacuum, most specifically the Generators. The boss stage just specials cards turn after turn after turn. Garda is ABC Dragon Buster. Har is a Cleafort Towers and an Omni Negate. It's crazy. And 3, yeah, True King of All Calamities is like a really good card. Like any deck that can make this shit should probably be at least rogue playable. And the cons. 1, it's invoke. It's so lame. 2, the Generators are bricky in their own right. I know we just said that they were consistent, but when you're playing so many of the bosses, it's just statistically likely that you're going to open one of them as well alongside your normal summons, which is why we're playing Double Gis in order to get those stranded guys out of the hand. And 3, it doesn't have an incredibly high ceiling. Most of the time, you're just going to be ending on like Har plus Mechaba for 90% of your plays, and if you're lucky, maybe a True King of All Calamities. But overall, this deck is like funny. World Legacy Awakens is like the funniest trap card I've ever read. If you want to pretend to be Dire yugioh, this is it. But yeah, it's going to be it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, special thanks to Toner for sending over the microphone. I'm going to be using that in a ton of IRL shoots and vlogs. Again, their product is in the description down below. Be sure to check it out. And yeah, it's going to be it for me. See ya.